flags off the celebration of that centennial in film festivals. As you know, only 6 months after the Lumiere brothers introduced cinema in Paris, their films were screened at the Watson Hotel in Bombay on 7th of July 1896. Ever since then, Bombay, apart from being a major commercial and financial metropolis of the country, has sustained a vibrant film industry and has captured the popular imagination for the better part of this century. It has also been the home of great filmmakers like V. Shantaram, Mehboob Khan, Bimal, Guru Dutt, Raj Kapoor, Anand, Shyam Benegal and many others who may belong to other parts of the country but all came here to make films. The festival, the 26th International Film Festival, is being organized in the city of Bombay. The art of cinema, which was invented in 1895, 100 years ago, is the custodian of the memory of the 20th century and one of the prime forms of expression of a changing world. At present, 3/4 of the perishable and highly inflammable nitrocellulose-based films prior to 1950 are lost forever. Appeal from Mr. Federico Mayer, who is the Director General of UNESCO, asking us to screen saved films. And so, at this International Film Festival, we have introduced a special section called the Heritage section. The papers for all of you have not come yet. They are on their way. They will be distributed to you. So you will get all these lists of films and basic data. I will just fill you in on the important points. So we have introduced the heritage section, and in English you have in the program, that's program 4, Domestic Life, How Men Propose in 1913. Hollywood package promises to be very, very interesting. These films, as per that film. Louis Banks. Did I say Louis Banks, the musician? Okay. Now, to support the heritage section, there is going to be, I even read a press report about this, to support the music section or the heritage section, there is going to be a symposium entitled 100 Years of Cinema, Challenges of New Technology and Archiving the Cinema Heritage. For this symposium, we've got experts like David Francis from the Library of Congress and others coming in from abroad who are specialists in this area, and we'll get a rare chance to hear them talk about the new technologies of conserving cinema, preserving cinema, etc. Heritage program. Besides the heritage program, we have the focus on Asian women directors and recent Indian women directors. This, I beg your pardon? Focus on Asian women directors, and it has an Indian segment in which we are showing 10 films made by recent Indian women directors. Now, although we firmly believe that cinema is cinema, whether made by men or women, and that it is unfair to categorize women in a straitjacket of gender ideology by referring to them as women directors, we did notice that in India there is a large body of work made by women, and most of them, at least in recent years, have made their marks as directors of what we call good, meaningful cinema, which raises the question of whether women filmmakers have different or special perceptions without necessarily being feminist or too conscious of the male gaze. Are there commonalities in the work of Asian women directors? Some of the themes like women in relation to nature or as a creative traditional concepts, we find that perhaps the representation of women by women directors in Asia is as strong, if not stronger, than their Western counterparts. From it, we have films by directors from Vietnam, China, Iran, Japan, Mongolia, Lebanon, Sri Lanka, Turkey, Tajikistan, and I go on to the Indian Panoramas division, etc. do find representation. There is a far larger, and there's a decided increase in the number of films from independent. In the Indian cinemas presented at the festival, besides the Indian Panorama and the Indian Women Directors section of the focus of Indian Women Directors, we have the mainstream Indian section, which is 12 films selected by the Film Federation of India from mainstream cinema. This is picking up. We do now find three listed some of the important award-winning films that are coming to the festival. We've listed the awards against them. I won't spend too much time on it because it is there for you to see. As you can notice, Pulp Fiction, the Cannes Award winner is there. Dear Diary, the Best Director, Cannes Award winner is there. Exotica and Balbilao City won the Free Press Awards at Cannes. Hudsucker Proxy opened and Serial Mom closed. They're all great films. You have Thomas Alia, Strawberry and Chocolate. Once Were Warriors is a Maori film from Netherlands. It's very beautiful, has a very strong representation of the actress got the award and she's very, very good. Nanook, that is Kablunak, is a very, very interesting film. It opened the Montreal Film Festival, and it is on this film is about the making of Nanook of the North. So you have the story of how Nanook of the North was made, and it has beautiful photography, of course. Nanook's grandson plays Nanook in that film, and Claude Masseau, the actor, looks incredibly like Flaherty. I mean, it's a little, the people who knew Flaherty went around looking at him and almost resenting the fact that he looks so much like the original. That's a film I wouldn't miss if given the chance. Paul Cox will be there with his latest film Exile. Leah Poole is there with a rather nice film, Movement de Desiree. You have Charismaki, you have The Patriots is about the Mossads in Israel. I quite enjoyed that one. Rice People is Cambodia. It's interesting. We don't see much out of Cambodia. It's very interesting. Erotic Tales is a series of 3 short films that were screened at Cannes in the special section also, which includes Money Calls Cloud Door and 2 others. It basically represents what filmmakers in different cultures wanted to show as what they considered erotic. All these series are made by big names. All the films will be shown in Metro and then repeated in Sterling. That's the Cinema of the World films. The International Cinema of the World section. Metro repeated in Sterling on the same day. So if you miss in Metro, you can catch up with the film 1 hour later at Sterling. The retrospectives are divided between Tata Center and Chavan Center. The short films, that's the documentaries, and the 16mm films will be shown at Little Theatre. They'll be free. You can just collect an entry pass at the gate and walk in. And the Indian Panorama mainstream will be shown at New Excelsior, which is next to Sterling. So we've tried to take place now at Brabant Stadium, and 10th, 6:30. Shivaji Ganeshan is the chief guest. Madhuri Dixit will carry the light for him. Both the Minister for Information and Broadcasting and Sharad Pawar will be there. That basically, I think, will come from the state government.
150 lakhs.
Archive by the Mammo by Shyam Benegal. And the closing, Ben Kingsley is going to be with us. the and the state government. They have been with us right from the beginning in all our committee meetings and everywhere where this whole program has been planned. So the constant, ridiculous, is lovely to listen to. Should I call this out, this whole list, or will you pick it up?
We get it in our lockers. We get it.
Last.
Yeah. Surprisingly, the Venice screenings have been totally excluded this year. You may like to look into it. Why?
The Venice screenings?
Yeah,
no,
there's not a single film. There's not a single film for Venice.
You don't.
And I particularly missed the film by the Macedonian director, which won the best film. I forget his name and even the name of the film, but
there are. You don't have a complete list with you, so I wouldn't say completely excluded, but there are always some films that we try very hard for and can't get. That's a fact of life for us. Thank you very much.